12th episode of the One Bite at a Time show, where we reach out and research the most valuable information you need right now in your business, and we bring it to you one bite at a time, because how you eat an elephant?
One bite at a time. Okay, Steve, so for today's Bite of the Week, we are going to be talking about a new concept, and that's virtual open houses. Lots of you are very familiar with virtual open houses between a buyer and a realtor, but for today's episode, we want to link in the lender.
That's right, Roxanne. So the virtual open house had its debut during the COVID experience, and we're not out of that yet. Some people think we're going to have more problems in the winter, but nevertheless, that's how it debuted. And a lot of things about the virtual open house was actually pretty good. We believe a live open house is better, but maybe have two. You can have both, a live open house and a virtual open house. And it could be a live virtual open house as an example. And we're going to talk a little bit today about having a live virtual open house lender experience, because everybody wants a lender at their open house. But the problem,
and not only do we want a lender, you want an experienced lender.
That's right. The problem is experienced lenders don't want to go to open houses. I don't want to go to open houses. I mean, I will if I have to. Roxanne will if she has to, in order to help an agent that we love dearly. But we can't be everywhere at one time. So Roxanne and I have come up with the idea of the live virtual lender open house experience.
Yeah, so this is where we are going to have Zoom links available for our realtors. Maybe we're going to have multiple realtors during open house times, but as experienced loan officers, both Steve and I would be available for different realtors, different open houses to be able to serve our realtors.
Yeah, in fact, there's lots of opportunities here too. If we have a live Zoom call open, and we have 3 or 4 or 5 of us on it, during the off time, we can be collaborating on marketing ideas and all kinds of things we can be talking about. It can become a learning experience. But when we have a buyer that's interested in the house, maybe has done an open house, you can sit them right down at the table, turn the laptop around and introduce your loan officer to them, and they can sit down and they can do a full application, or at least have a full conversation with the loan officer right there.
If there are multiple realtors that are holding a live virtual lender open house experience, it does give us an opportunity to be very collaborative of what's going on in the market, maybe marketing concepts. That way we're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. We're not just sitting in an open house, but we're also targeting our business, working on our business, not just in our business. So the first benefit of doing a live virtual lender open house experience is we are able to approve your buyers on the spot. We would be able to pull credit, run AUS, your DU or LP, and be able to produce that pre-approval letter. That way they can start shopping with confidence. For the second benefit that the live virtual lender open house experience is that as a loan officer, we will have readily available access to our guidelines. We'll be able to answer any questions, any scenarios that your buyers have recently ran into. Maybe you have questions, you're working with another lender and wanted to see different options. Even as a loan officer, I am very experienced, but I definitely have a lot more confidence when I'm able to fact check what it is that I'm looking up. A lot of the times in this industry, guidelines change, and they change very quickly sometimes, especially during these times from 2020. We always want to ensure that we're giving accurate information, not only to our realtors, but to the buyers as well.
Piggybacking on that a little bit, we have access to a lot of grant money and down payment assistance programs. Sometimes we need to be able to research that on the fly while we're talking to the borrower right there at the table. And at the very least, we'll be able to have access to all of our information, all of our data, all of our resources, so we can have a better, confident conversation with your buyer. And we can schedule a better time that might work for them. We can send them a link so that they can do the application online, and we can call them back and go over it. I think it'll make it better for everybody and a little bit more comfortable too than having a loan officer standing there in the corner of the kitchen waiting to pounce on them. Buyers, they might feel uncomfortable with that. Whereas in this case, you say, well, if you'd like to talk to a lender, I can have you talk to my lender right now. I am actually talking to him on a Zoom call. I can turn this laptop around and you can have a conversation with him. As a matter of fact, here's an example of a skit we put together in our office as to how that might work.
Hi, welcome to my open house. Are you already pre-approved with the lender?
No, do you have someone I can talk to?
I sure do. Here's my lender.
Hi, Steve Gronlund here with Vintage Mortgage Firm. You know, how often did you wish you would have recorded the conversation you first had with a professional? After our conversation, I'll be happy to send you the full recording of our conversation.
So for the last benefit for our live virtual lender open house experience is the collaborative piece. What we expect to happen during these open houses, and especially as these times become busier, as realtors are doing more open houses and sellers are, houses are staying on the market a little bit longer, which does provide more time for our listing agents to provide open houses. We expect we'll have multiple open houses, in which case Steve and I will not be able to split ourselves into two or clone ourselves in order to attend. This will give us an opportunity to be collaborative, to talk about marketing.
And to piggyback off of that a little bit, we can talk about things that are working for agents, buyers agents, listing agents. We can talk a lot about everything instead of spending the whole 4 hours on our phone checking our Facebook or our Twitter or our Instagram or Pinterest or whatever we do. We can actually make this a valuable time. And if the loan agent isn't needed and conversation is not rolling, then we're going to be available right there because you have an ongoing Zoom call that's going to last for the entire 3 or 4 hours of the open house. While I'm not needed, I can be doing other work because, of course, we're always very busy. If I'm going to work 3 or 4 hours on a weekend, I'd like to be able to get a lot more done than just be able to be there in case someone might show up that needs a loan officer. And again, I think the loan officer and the buyer experience will be better when they don't feel like they're being pounced on by, some dark-haired loan officer or no-haired loan officer in the corner of the kitchen is waiting for them.
Yes, I agree. And also times are changing and some of these processes do need to have an update or, for us to be a little bit more adaptive with the times.
You're going to need to bring your laptop, or I guess you could do this on a tablet or even on your phone, but you want to make sure you have good internet access. So make sure you have the internet access code for the homeowner so that you have good internet access. Of course, if you have good enough internet access just using your phone and the cell service, that might work, but I would probably recommend trying to get internet access at the home so you have the ability to do this. So folks, that was your episode for today. We're hoping you're enjoying these episodes of the One Bite at a Time show. We'd really like your input. If you could hit reply on the email and tell us what you think about these shows. We're getting better. A lot better now than we were when we first got started in the first episode, huh, Roxann?
I would definitely agree with that, Steve.
And we want to be able to provide things that you need. So if you want to share with us some more information about what you're looking for, what you're needing, we'd be happy to put that together and make things happen for you.
We're not even recording.